Hi, everyone, and happy New Year to you. Now, 2 days into 2020, I'll probably get the year wrong. I think I got it right on the bottom of your screen, but on more than one occasion over the next few weeks, maybe a few months, who knows. But indeed, 2020 has arrived. We hope your New Year's went well. I can attest that yesterday I cannot recall, or do I know of another day in which EMS, rescue, fire, and other personnel were called out on so many emergencies, most of them medical. There was one fire that we're trying to get some details on and some other instances, but they did not have the day off yesterday. So keep that in mind when our volunteers are out there and you see them. Be sure and thank them for their services. We, however, tonight, getting to the headlines, have a great deal to catch up on. A few arrests from actually before the holiday, a few things that have happened in the past 24, 48 hours. Your weather forecast is a big one tonight. We've got some showers coming, maybe adding up to an inch and a half over the next 48 hours or so, maybe changing to snow. Our headlines tonight will include a couple of shoplifting cases, one in which a man was charged with complicity just for telling the accused shoplifter, who he was not with, that the police were coming after he overheard a conversation between store employees and 911. Another shoplifting case that netted an arrest. A Johnson County man jailed for a stolen car and then ramming police in that car. Just real quickly, an update on scores and schedules. No one in high school basketball, I don't think, played since I saw you last, but they're all getting back to the hardwood tonight and tomorrow night, everyone. So we'll have that. We'll also have a McGoffin County man who will serve another 4 years as superintendent of schools in another county per a contract extension or renewal. And a woman told me a few moments ago about recovering her own car, which was stolen Christmas morning here in McGoffin County. I've got that. And a whole lot of other news and information. A brief community calendar, albeit a new one. Sadly, some funeral service announcements to pass along to you as well this evening, and much, much more. Let's go ahead and get to our top story, which is not the story that it was set to be. I actually had a wonderful telephone interview, as wonderful as it can be given the subject material, but the victim of theft took time off from her break at work earlier this afternoon to give me some details about how her car was stolen Christmas morning, how she was the one that actually recovered it, seeing it sitting off to the side of the road, and how even though she has the car back, it's still a loss for her. That interview, however, I'm not able to pull that audio off at this time, so I'm just going to pass along the details that she passed along to me. That coming from a McGoffin County woman who says she woke up Christmas morning to realize that her car was stolen, sadly with much of her personal effects and belongings and that of her children inside. She saw and found that vehicle just yesterday, and McGoffin County law enforcement, sheriff's department, were able to recover it and make 2 arrests. Based on that interview and conversation that I had with the theft victim just a few moments ago, the good news is that she's got her car back. However, it doesn't look like this any longer, and all of the personal items and belongings that were in her car are no longer there. That's still under investigation. But April Miller Bradley told me that she got up around 5 o'clock Christmas morning and noticed that her vehicle had been stolen out of her driveway. The family had just come in for the holiday late that night. Inside her car, still her purse. Inside it, of course, numerous important documents and personal belongings, Social Security card, and the like, and a significant amount of money as well in her purse. Not to mention some Christmas gifts that her son, one of her sons, had just gotten the night before on Christmas Eve. The vehicle, like I said, however, was recovered, and she was actually the one that recovered it, telling me this story of how she and her children had gone to visit a family member for the holidays yesterday, and were coming back from Morgan County and somewhere along, I believe it was 172, and along that route, looked over, and there was a vehicle that, after a double take, she confirmed was her vehicle. She pulled over, called police. The vehicle actually then left and sped off. She followed it until authorities could catch up. Inside that vehicle, Paul David Hager and Terry Lewis, both arrested for receiving stolen property and other charges. The vehicle had had all the emblems and things of that nature removed. It looked as though someone had taken a club or a crowbar to parts of the vehicle to try to disguise the vehicle, they do believe. And the vehicle inside, she said, was just completely trashed. All of her personal belongings were no longer there. However, There was all sorts of personal belongings belonging to Paul David Hager and to Terry Lewis. They were arrested and lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. Paul David Hager of West Liberty was charged with receiving stolen property under $10,000 of an automobile, operating on a suspended or revoked driver's license, improper registration plates. The plates on the vehicle were stolen. They didn't belong on the car, and failure to transfer the vehicle as well. While Terry Lewis was charged with receiving stolen property of an automobile under $10,000. Local authorities are investigating the arrest done by Steve Montgomery of the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department. I believe Kentucky State Police were also following up earlier this afternoon with April. With the investigation still ongoing, the arrests which have taken place, but like I said, the good news is the vehicle has been returned. It has been seriously damaged and, of course, trashed on the inside as a result. We'll have more at a later time. Are you looking for a way to save or just plain exhausted from the holidays? Then let Lee's help you with this coupon in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent. Out this Tuesday. That's Tuesday, the 31st day of December. It's a great deal. It's a $5 deal off a 12-piece family pack. That's 12 pieces of chicken, any way you like it, with 2 pints of mashed potatoes and gravy, a pint of coleslaw, and 6 biscuits. $5 off. You have to clip the coupon out of the Sagersville Independent. You have to bring it to your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. And there is a limit of 2 purchases per coupon. This coupon, once again, out Tuesday, December the 31st, and expires January the 8th at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Just like Christmas, the After Christmas sale at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop only comes once a year, and it's on right now. And man, is it on. 50% off everything Christmas. All Christmas, half off at Fraser's Prater Drug Store's seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville, where you need to be making your way to save big, save half on everything Christmas. All the gorgeous Christmas home decor, decorations, and more while it lasts at the seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville. It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down, and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville. Has Logan Corporation got a deal for you? So the next time you need one, you have one. The fact is that Logan is manufacturing so many dump bodies that they're closing out forever their stock on brand new Honda generators and water pumps. They've got over 50 brand new units in the box with the factory warranty on sale right now at prices you can't find anywhere. 2-inch pumps, $300 and $400 off. 3-inch pumps, 4-inch water pumps, trash pumps, Honda generators, the quiet portable EU series, and the 1,000 and 2,000 watt models, hundreds of dollars off. You can get an EU 1,000 25-pound generator for $642. Save almost $1,000 on their big EB 6,500 generator, with many more models available, all at prices lower than anywhere you're going to find online or elsewhere, guaranteed, at Logan Corporation, while they last. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, Call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
In some other arrests, we're going to roll the clocks back to before New Year's, actually before Christmas, for this first report, in which a Johnson County man is currently out on bond after running from police in a stolen car that he used to ram a police cruiser multiple times in an attempt to try to escape before he was downed fleeing on foot. Just a few days before Christmas, on the 21st, Pikeville police say that this man, 47-year-old Gary Chitwood of River, pulled off from a gas station in Pikeville on 23 without paying for the gas that he just put into the stolen car he was driving. Police say that an employee of that gas station actually saw the vehicle, then pull in close by to the Hatfield and McCoy Lodge. Officer Sloan with the Pikeville PD found that vehicle a short distance later at a dead-end road with a flat tire and Chitwood still behind the wheel. And when the officer pulled up behind him, Chitwood threw the vehicle into reverse, backed in and rammed the police cruiser, not once but twice, before putting the car in drive and trying to flee the other direction, crashing that car and then jumping out and fleeing on foot. The officer gave chase, took him into custody, with Chitwood said to be nearly 2 times over the limit for driving under the influence of alcohol. He was driving a stolen vehicle and was also wanted out of the state of Michigan for a parole violation. He was charged with felony theft, first-degree fleeing and evading police, second-degree fleeing and evading police, DUI, receiving stolen property, wanton endangerment in the first degree of a police officer, driving without a license, and a fugitive from another state. 2 arrests pertaining to shoplifting. 1, complicity charges after Magoffin County man stands accused of alerting a shoplifter to police being on their way. Around 3:30 in the afternoon on the 28th, the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department Deputy Brian Tipton says that he got a call of a man who was in the dollar store in Royalton shoplifting. And before the officer arrived, this man, Frankie Dyer, 56 of Sagersville, heard employees calling 911, and he went back in the store to tell the subject shoplifting that police were on their way. And that's when the still unknown shoplifter fled the store, running out the door with an unknown number of items still in his pocket that he'd taken. While an employee of the store who was not working at the time heard Dyer warn the other individual. Dyer was charged with obstruction or interference with a police officer, complicity to theft by unlawful taking or shoplifting, possession of drug paraphernalia for a used needle that was found in his pants pocket and taken to the Big Sandy jail. And not necessarily shoplifting, but a theft case involving a Sagersville woman who stole or kept a wallet out of a shopping cart at a Sagersville business and then used the money that she stole from that wallet to buy meth, which she was high on when arrested by police. Trooper Weddington of Post 9 says that he was dispatched to a complaint of theft here in Sagersville yesterday afternoon at the IGA. The complaint was that a woman identified as Sandra Shepard of Sagersville took a wallet that had accidentally been left behind in a shopping cart at the IGA. He and store employees watched surveillance video footage showing Shepard removing the wallet from the buggy. He tried to find her at a few locations and then found her at a residence on Sugar Camp, where Shepard took him to the wallet, with the officer later returning it to the owner. However, before he left, he went through Shepard's backpack and found a small bag with a straw, a syringe, and an eyeglass case, with Shepard saying that she'd purchased methamphetamine with the money that she had stolen from the wallet that she'd taken from the IGA. Shepard so far is facing charges of possession in the first degree for the methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and public intoxication of drugs. Not a whole lot happening on tonight's community calendar, but just give it a day or so. Things will start to pick up as we get more so into the new year. I do have an important announcement out there, though, for you tonight, brought to you by our nightly sponsor, Magoffin Farm Bureau, but a reminder about the annual program, which goes to serve a lot of residents here in the viewing area from the Big Sandy Area Community Action Program. And that one very important announcement is from the Big Sandy Community Action Program in Floyd, Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, and Pike counties. Here in Magoffin, 349-2217, Johnson, 789-6515. Those are the numbers you need to call to book your appointment now for the Crisis Heating Assistant Program, which starts Monday. Appointments taken online or by phone. You can also book your appointment by going to BSACAP for Big Sandy Area Community Action Program.org/bookings, or simply call the numbers on your screen to get your name in on an appointment for the Crisis Heating Assistance Program starting Monday. To get your announcement for your group, church, club, organization, what have you, or for those birthdays and anniversaries, just call me. Or get those to me any way you can. Oakley Huff, 90, of Stinson Road, passed away on the 31st, preceded in death by his wife, Celis McCarty Huff. He's survived by sons Roger and Alton Huff, and Lyndon, Glenn, and Kenneth Burks. Also daughters Garnet McRoberts, Linda Berry, Loretta Childers, Gwenda Johnson, and Laura Beth Huff. Visitation is tonight, and services start in the morning at 11 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. 66-year-old Danny Porter of Sagersville passed away on Monday, the 30th, the husband of Barbara Porter. Arrangements are to be announced at this hour by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Arrangements are also to be announced soon in honor of 34-year-old James Blake Helton of Sagersville, who passed away on today's date. Arrangements incomplete, but once again to be announced by the Magoffin County Funeral Home.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
Appalachian Wireless has a question for you. Would you rather pay $650 or $66 for a smartphone? If you think this answer is simple, then the Appalachian Advantage plan is for you. Pay less upfront for today's hottest smartphones, and then pay just a few dollars more every month on the monthly bill. Many smartphones are $5 a month or less after you factor in the $20 discount from the Advantage plan, compared to the contract offering. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless. Payment agreement required. See store for details.
Just in time for the winter driving season, $50 off winter and mud and snow Cooper tires, and up to $150 off select sets of Goodyears. And don't forget, 6 months same as cash. Stop by their Staffordsville store or go to conleytire.net to find out more. A Magoffin County man will now continue to serve for another 4 years at the helm of an area school district after approved as such during a special session of the Paintsville Independent Board of Education just days ago. A brief meeting only a few moments long with one topic or item on the agenda, and that was an extension, if you will, or renewal of the contract given to David Gibson, who will continue to serve for years as the superintendent of Paintsville Schools. Gibson has been the superintendent of Paintsville Independent Schools since 2017. This new contract, which will begin in 2021, will take him through the 2025 school year. Gibson told me earlier today via a telephone conversation that, quote, he was honored that our Board of Education has entrusted me with a new contract. We have made incredible strides in continuing our rich traditions of providing one of the best educational experiences for our students at our high school and elementary school. This is due to incredible work that the teachers do every day for our kids. Gibson, of course, had served many years in the Magoffin County School District before taking the helm at Paintsville Independent Schools. His last position here in Magoffin County was Director of Student Services. In high school basketball, nothing really happening since I saw you last, but, with all the breaks and the holidays coming in the middle of the week for the past couple of weeks, it's been kind of hard to keep up with. So, real quickly, here's who everyone is going to be taking on as they take back to the hardwood, starting as soon as tonight for our viewing area teams. We'll begin with Magoffin County and the boys. Actually, the boys and girls both playing Pike Central in the first round of the 2A tomorrow night. As for the boys, they are playing Pike Central at Pike Central. Tip-off set for 8:15, and you know where I'll be around that time with highlights for you on next week. Now, the 2A is being held at multiple locations, and if they win, I think they go on to play Morgan County possibly on Saturday. Montgomery County defeated Pike Central 57-38 at home back on December the 19th. That's the boys in the 2A first round tomorrow, 8:15 at Pike Central, playing Pike Central. I'm not sure. I reached out to Coach Justin Williams a short time ago, but I still haven't heard where the girls are playing, but they too are playing Pike County Central in the 2A tomorrow night. Their tip-off, though, is set for 6:30. Again, nothing happening on the girls' schedule since their win, their first of the season against Whitley County on the 29th, 58-53. Putting the girls at 1-9 going into the first round of the 2A against Pike Central tomorrow night. As for the Paintsville Tigers, they're on the road tomorrow night. This is a game on the road against Morgan County. Tip-off set for 6:30. The Paintsville Tigers coming off their win in the last round that they played in the traditional Bank Holiday Classic at Lexington Cath over Cooper, 41-40 the final score. Once again on the road at Montgomery County tomorrow night at 6:30. Then they'll pick it up Saturday at George Rogers Clark in the Tim Short Automotive Classic for the boys. The Tigers of Paintsville right now at 3-6. In Lady Tiger basketball, they've been off since the 29th as well, hoping to pick up a win after dropping their last 4, most of them in the Pikeville Invitational Tournament. Nevertheless, they're hosting Berea tomorrow night. They're at home, 7:30. That's the first round of the City Between the Lakes shootout. They're set to play North Laurel on Saturday in the shootout at home as well. The Lady Tigers right now coming off of sitting at a 6-6 even season. Coach McKenzie and his Eagles have been off since the 29th when they took on Sayre at Belfry in the Mountain Schoolboy Classic, a win by 2. They are home, hosting Martin County tonight. Tip-off set for 6:30. They will be at Russell tomorrow night and then hosting Pikeville Monday night at 7:30. Johnson Central and the Golden Eagles right now at the top of 15th Region basketball standings at 6-3. While the Lady Eagles are at 4-8, pretty much halfway through the season. Can you believe that? They've been off since the 29th when they were in the Pikeville Invitational, a loss to Dixie Heights. But tomorrow night they're hosting North Laurel. Tip-off set for 7:30. And then they are taking on Berea just across the road at Paintsville in the City Between the Lakes shootout on Saturday. Now let's take a look at your Licking Valley RECC outlook. Moderate to heavy rain possibly tonight. Some isolated high water concerns also could be an issue. Right now we look to be in about 1 inch to 1.5 inches total rainfall scenario situation here in the viewing area with a little snow on the back end of all of that. Yes, your Licking Valley RECC outlook and that of the National Weather Service out of Jackson, painting a wet one. Of course, you could see by the wet streets behind me that we're already seeing some showers. Light for now, moderate to maybe heavy to come, all adding up to maybe more than 1 inch of rainfall between now and the end of your Saturday. And yes, there is a possibility. Accumulation, can't really say that much, but definitely some snow that we might see in the back end of all this moisture as temperatures will steadily drop. So with that in mind, up to 3/4 of an inch tonight. Rain, as you saw, could be heavy, will be moderate to heavy for some. Winds not so much tonight, only 3 to 5 or so out of the south for the most part, and a mild evening temperature-wise right at 50. Now, if we do pick up that up to 3/4 of an inch tonight, we could add that to up to another 3/4 of an inch tomorrow for total rainfall possibility of about 1.5 inches. Some folks are going to get close to that. Winds tomorrow also much more brisk out of the southwest from 6 to 10, maybe 16 miles per hour, and still unseasonably warm with the rain tomorrow. We're talking about upper 50s, 57, 58 degrees tomorrow with the rain and the winds. Temperatures tomorrow night will go down to about 46, and then they're not going to go anywhere but down really thereafter. Here's the scenario. After the bulk of the rain tonight and tomorrow night, that rain will continue early Saturday, but temperatures are going to continue to drop. And all the way through about 5 o'clock or so, they should fall to about 39 and then keep on falling down to about 30. So rain maybe up until late afternoon, some mix, and then possibly changing over to all snow. Total accumulation of rain and snow, all rain accumulation, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Some flakes flying about, and don't expect to see anything that's really going to cause any problems right now, but we will talk much more about this setup tomorrow when we're 24 hours closer. But rain and snow winding down your Saturday night, and then leaving us with mostly sunny and low 40s for the latter half of your weekend. 43 and mostly sunny, 31 and clear that night. Monday of next week, sunny and 47. And then we start to talk about more rain and snow shower chances to the tune of 20% late Monday night, with temperatures right at the freezing mark. Tuesday, partly sunny and 47. Wednesday, partly sunny, maybe mostly sunny and 41, and a 20% chance of some rain and snow showers pretty much on from Monday night into Tuesday, Tuesday night, Wednesday. We'll see about Thursday. All right, that's it. Still kind of getting caught up, but for the most part, we're there. So we're going to continue on with local news. Just one more day this week, and then a full week next week, which I suspect is going to be a long one after the time off we've had. Thank you all for being here this Thursday. We'll wrap up this week of Your News Today when I see you back here next time. Thank you for watching, and good night.